True. True.
True.
Yo. Let's go.
True.
What's good? Yerp. What's good with y'all? We got Solo in the building early. What's good, Solo? Solo then went from being an astronaut to being an escape artist to living in goddamn Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? How do you even find these games is what I'm trying to figure out. How do you find these games? They be so interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like I be locked in. I be like, yo, this game look mad interesting, but I know me. I'ma crash out. I used to crash out on Tomb Raider when I couldn't figure out how to get out the pool. You know what I'm saying? So like some games is like as intriguing and as lovely as it seems. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna tap into that realm. You feel me? I'm more of you gotta give me a Crash Bandicoot. You feel me? Give me Mario. Give me one of them. Though, you know, you gotta give me one of those. Give me a childish game. Give me Sonic the Hedgehog. I'll go gold Sonic on your ass in a minute. You feel me? That's what I need. I even do I do a Twisted Metal. I do a Gran Turismo. You know what I'm saying? I know they be testing your patience. They got to. I'm like, bro, why do you have to? I like to read, chat. And if I gotta read how to play the game, then I play the game. And in the game, I have to read how to do stuff in the game that I'm playing. Oh, listen. Those games be having, what do they call those extraterrestrial, the signs? You know how they used to have the signs in the cornfield? Yo, those games be having all types of puzzles in it. Like, I don't even know what is the game classified as? Is it just classified as action? Is it classified as suspense? You know what I'm saying? That's like Ready Player One. You ever seen that movie, Ready Player One? That's what I be feeling like. It's like you're just live survival. There you go. Survival, chat. That's how I know. That's how I know Solo living a good life. I be on real life survival mode. I ain't got time to help another nigga survive in the video game. Them niggas be surviving though. You know what I'm saying? They be plumbers. They be electricians. Like I said, they be astronauts. They be botanists. You know what I'm saying? They be all of them. I think one of her characters was Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? She was out there building a EV, building an electric car, chat. Like, how do you do it? How do you gotta find, like, can you imagine losing change out of your pocket? And like, dang, where'd my change go? You know what I'm saying? I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, I found my change. But then you in a game and you lose your change and you got to find it. And they'll be like, yeah, here's a little hint. Your change is in one of the oceans. We're not going to tell you which one, but here's this plane, here's this boat, and here's this scuba diving gear. Oh, by the way, your oxygen tank is on one of the countries. Like, bro, what? What do you, huh? You feel me? Like, what are we talking about? What exactly are we talking about, chat? Survival. Survival of the fittest. I feel like that's a good segue. Yo, first of all, W shout out. You know what I'm saying? W shout out because, like, first of all, Streamlabs seems to want to work, I guess, at this moment. But, you know, I be segueing like a motherfucker. Survival. Talking about survival, chat. But we're not talking about survival in the context of like, yo, it's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to get that money for the rent. We ain't talking about that type of survival. We ain't talking about bologna sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about potted meat, weenies, pigs in a blanket. We're not talking about that type of survival. You know what I'm saying? We've been through that. That's real survival. Look, if you never toasted a piece of bread and put fucking syrup on it, you don't know what survival is. Shout out to Ronnie in the chat. You feel me? We got folks creeping through the door. Not that type of survival, but that's damn sure survival. What kind of survival? Let's segue back for a second. What kind of survival did y'all have to go through growing up? Did y'all have to go through survival? As far as I know, some of y'all could have grew up in Hawaii and survival was like, yo, I had to catch my own mahi. You feel me? If y'all are familiar with a lot of Instagram personalities and a lot of popular people on Instagram, I had to call out, shout out to Fitman Cook, but I had to call out Fitman Cook one day. Because bro was like, yeah, I got to make a struggle meal and proceed to make a bagel with lox. I said, bro, you're talking to a different audience at the moment. Because how is your struggle meal smoked salmon? How is your struggle meal smoked salmon? With capers? With capers? You got smoked salmon and roasted tomatoes with cream cheese on an Asiago bagel with sprinkles of sage and thyme and a flamethrower and smoked salmon and capers? That's your struggle meal? Chat, I didn't even know what a caper was until like a couple years ago. My wife is throwing that shit on the salad. I was like, what the hell is that? Capers. You never had capers? I was like, yo. You're using too many big words. And because I don't understand them, I'm going to have to take them as disrespect. You feel me? Like, nah. When I think of survival, I think of Kix cereal with water in that shit. And you already know Kix cereal was a struggle on its own. You had to pour more sugar than you put in your Kool-Aid to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Survival. You know what I'm saying? That's the type, when I think survival, I think, listen, a good meal is going to be ramen noodles. That is survival. You know what I'm saying? What Solo doing some of them games is survival. But shout out to Fitman Cook. I love his page. Bro, definitely give me some tips on how to stay healthy, how to cook the right meals. But yeah, survival. What is some of y'all survive? What's some of the stuff y'all survive doing? You know what I'm saying? I always hear people say random things about survival. Random stuff. Like you ain't never Take watermelon and put mustard on it? Like, ugh, no. What are you talking about? What? Now ask me if I had a damn saltine cracker and a can of tuna fish with no mayo. Yeah, sometimes. You feel me? Y'all ever had potted meat? Bruh. We used to eat potted meat so much when I was younger. I will never, bro. Never. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Some of the stuff I used to eat when I was younger, ain't no way I would think about eating any of that stuff. That's like when I was in college and I used to, we used to go ham on drinking sometimes. The E&J, the Irk and Jerk, bruh. If you know, you know. Bruh. As an adult, you're not, if you're drinking Irk and Jerk, shout out to you. Shout out to you, because ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. It ain't no way you're going to get you to drink some Irk and Jerk. If I smell it, I would probably vomit. Nah, I can't do that. I can't do it, chat. You know what I'm saying? We used to survive off of Hot Pockets in college, though. Those were some good times, though. Going to Save-A-Lot, getting those $1 chicken patties. That shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? That Waikiki Punch. Shout out my man Pops. That Waikiki Punch. What y'all know about that Waikiki Punch? Y'all ever been to Save-A-Lot? Save-A-Lot is like Murray's cousin. You know what I'm saying? Murray's had some fire food. Fire food. But you can't tell me folks wasn't racking up on them steakums and them damn honey barbecue wings and the fish sticks. Bruh. Save-A-Lot is basically that, except everything is $1. Like, we used to go to Save-A-Lot in college with $5 and come back with a bag full of groceries. Like, somebody then bought tortilla chips that was supposed to be Doritos, but we absolutely knew they didn't taste like Doritos, but you kind of like, I'm broke, so this is what it is. The chicken patty you knew was going to be exactly one meal. You feel what I'm saying? All that shit, bro. All that imitation, all the imitation stuff, man. Shout out to Save-A-Lot. I'm not sponsored, but that shit kept us alive. You feel me? Them Hot Pockets. Shout out to that, chat. But switching gears again. Survival. How do you survive in an industry that is not only saturated, there's no barrier to entry? Do y'all know what I mean when I say barrier to entry? I'm talking about Twitch. If you want to be a streamer, the only barrier to entry that really exists is access to the internet. You could start streaming. As a matter of fact, I started streaming off my phone. Many people still stream off their phone. There's nothing wrong with it. Excuse me. But that just lets you know there's no barriers to entry. So how do you survive in a game where everyone's invited? Would you go to a party where everyone's invited, chat? Probably not. Because that's where the famous terminology came from, or the famous phrase that a lot of people are known for saying, like, yo, who all gonna be there? You feel me, chat? You feel me? Who all gonna be there? That's what it was. That's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Twitch. Anybody can join the fun. But how do you survive in this game? I was watching somebody today. Shout out to Chakra Shooter. You know what I'm saying? I think this might have been my second time in her stream. Take a sip. Shout out to Ronnie for the sip. Shout out to Chakra Shooter. You know what I'm saying? I love a good vibe. But what she was talking about, if I'm not mistaken, she said she got it from someone else who was talking about it. And I believe that someone else was Trinity J. Shout out to Trinity J. But survival in this game, because it made me think. And I'm going to have to, unfortunately, but fortunately, I'm going to have to run that same or a similar video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Because it makes sense. It's like, yo, there's tiers and levels to this game. So how do you survive? Y'all heard me talk about one viewer purgatory before. A lot of us have been blessed off break. We ain't been streaming that long. We came in, there was no entry to barrier. We grabbed our internet, we grabbed our iPhone, Samsung, whatever you got, Google Pixel, and you just signed up for an account and started recording. Some people came in with different mindsets though. Some people say, yo, the day I hit record is the day I'm going to be bigger than Kai Cenat. The day I hit record, chat, is the day I'm going to be bigger than Kai Cenat. That's what some people said, chat. That's what some people said, right? And if I can remind y'all, oh yeah, Kai Cenat, you see him. Kai Cenat been streaming for 24 days straight. You think you about to log on and be bigger than Kai Cenat? Come on. But that's the attitude some people took, right? The attitude that I've taken, I'm still going to talk my shit. I'm going to still pop my shit. But the attitude I take is the attitude I take with everything. When I'm ground zero, I am a zero. It's not that I'm a nobody, but I'm a zero. You feel me, chat? I am a nobody in this particular arena. But how do I become a hero? Y'all hear me say that all the time, from zero to hero. You get there by making strategic and calculated steps, not stepping on people, but you learn. That's what I mean by that. You have to learn the game, right? Because while once upon a time, I was out here with my cell phone and I was giving people content right from my phone, right? Was I always going to do that? Nah, I wasn't. Chat. Was I always going to do that? No, I wasn't always going to do that. Why? Because if you want to survive in this game and you're serious about it, you have to make calculated and strategic steps to not only bring better quality, to not only entertain your viewers and give them something to look forward to. You can't just press record and sit on the screen like, or maybe you can. Maybe you can. But this game right here, I don't know about that, chat. I just don't know if everyone is going to be blessed in that way where you could just say, yo, I'm going live today. And when I go live, there's going to be 50,000 people watching me. And all 50,000 are going to give 200 subs. It just don't work like that. It don't. You gotta grind it out. You got to. You guys to. You know what I'm saying? Before I go into that information, I want to show you guys. Right? When I first got started, this is not the first video, because some of the videos that I had when I first got started they're not even on Twitch anymore. They just like vanished. Right? But when I first got started, this was me. Hold on, chat. This was me right here. This was me. You know, at some points. Hold up. This was me, chat. Right here. And just so people don't pop in and think that's me live, even though the video is only like 2 seconds long, I'm going to put myself in the corner. This is a clip by Pendumir. Shout out Pendumir. You know, at some points during the day I stream too, because, you know, I'm not having no meetings or no phone conversations, so I can work and y'all can stare at me or something. I don't know. If people can watch people sleep, you can watch me type on a computer. Facts. That's facts, right? So it's not that I came in with the mentality of like, yo, I'm going to be famous overnight, but it's definitely like, yo, that I'ma find my own lane is the point of that quote. I'ma find my lane. Whatever I decide to do, there's gonna be somebody out there that enjoys watching me do it. You feel me? You feel me, chat? That's what I was referring to. But let's get into this. Let's get into this video right quick. It's called The Levels of Streamers, right? And I think more specifically, it's called the 7 levels of streamers. So it's like 2 different type of scenarios. One's 10 minutes, one's 18 minutes. I'm about to not go into all that. There's 5 levels of streamers. The simplest and fastest way. Overwatch streamers. I'm gonna just go to the top one, chat. Let's see what they talking about.
This is DreamCloud's biggest offer ever. Save up to 60% on mattresses and get $599 of accessories.
Streaming looks like the Wild West, but it's not. Every streamer falls into one of 7 levels. Some are stuck at the bottom, some break through. From the NPCs clogging up Twitch, all the way to icons like IShowSpeed who literally redefined streaming today. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 levels of a streamer.
First of all, I don't know who this man is, but shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Shout out to, we going backwards, right? Shout out to him. Shout out to Chakra Shooter. Shout out to Trinity J. And if Trinity J got it from somebody, shout out to them. It's not stealing content. I'm not stealing anyone's content. I just like the message and I want to deliver that same message so we can talk about it.
Streamer. Starting with level 1. I couldn't find what to call this.
Let's listen to the
level, so
levels.
I put NPC as a placeholder.
NPC,
anyway,
non-playable character.
Everyone starts here and most
That's what
never
NPC
leave.
stands
These
for.
are the people who just discovered OBS last week and think streaming is as simple as turn on the camera, get famous. Spoiler alert, it's not. Most
Facts.
beginners are here. And look, no hate, everyone starts somewhere. Most streamers stay at level 1 forever. Some of y'all watching this might even be level 1 yourselves. You know, the aspiring
level 1,
streamer.
chat.
You got a range of 0 to 200 viewers.
How many times you doing a day? Like 6 to 7 times, you know what I'm saying? 6, 7 times, you feel me? Not too much. 6, 7 times, you feel me? 6, 7 times, you feel me?
Now, I don't want to say the actual streamers
Bro,
who
what
are
is
in this level because I don't want to get the smaller streamers butt hurt because it might look like I'm dissing them even though I'm not. Now, the next levels, oh, I don't care. We're calling them out by name. Level 2, Clout Chasers.
So let's talk about it real quick. Level 1, chat. NPC, the non-playable character. I mentioned it before. I've been in some folks' streams and they're just not doing enough, right? And to someone else, I might not be doing enough. Respectable. But what I'm not doing is sitting the phone down while the phone is recording, staring at a blank ceiling and expecting niggas to what? Just donate and give me bits and be like, W stream and all. Nah. You got to do more than that if you want to pass level 1, right? You can't just sit there not doing, you got to do something. If you want, at least if you want 1 view to come from True, you got to do something, chat. Level 2.
Your existence depends on attaching yourself.
By the way, I believe I am level 1 at this moment in terms of the level of streamer. I can't say I'm an NPC, but level 1 in the context of viewership and things like that and being newer, for sure.
To bigger names. You survive
Clout
off of
chaser.
clips, collabs, or manufactured drama. Examples of a level 2 streamer are a streamer like a Yusuf or a Dabo, maybe a Zoe Spencer. For Dabo, his archetype is the clip farmer.
Yo, you know what's crazy? And shout out to Zoe Spencer. I don't know this woman. But I was saying when this got played earlier, not on this part, but I didn't even notice it. But I was saying there was like that was a small discussion about streamers and stuff and people hanging out and all of that. And I was saying that I heard, and I can't say this is true or valid, but I heard a streamer say that they stopped hanging out with Zoe Spencer because she keep biting people. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it's crazy that y'all see that? Y'all see that, chat? Hold up.
Or a streamer like a Yusuf or a Dabo, maybe a Zoe Spencer.
Yo, she was literally biting that man in that clip. That's crazy, actually. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against Zoe Spencer, but that was crazy to see just now.
For Dabo, his archetype is the clip farmer. Dabo is known as the loud, reckless, and known for what people call the humiliation ritual.
Some people make
Basically
bread off of
doing
clip
wild
farming.
stuff, embarrassing stuff. just to
DDG
get
said
attention.
there's plenty of people who make like 30K just clipping his stuff.
My butt is I was a demon. I was really gay. Like,
He started with no audience, but what got Dabo popular was maybe by accident leaning into being very emotional content creator, memeable, and let's be honest, his looks, and attaching himself to artists that he cares about, like Playboy Cardi.
God, you trim, Cardi. Now you really trim, bro.
His turning point was a viral
Clout
reaction to
chaser.
Frank Ocean's Blonde. That energy put him on stage with Cardi himself. Good for him. And then there's the Diddy disciples like a Deshae Frost. Popular but too freaky. Think of the most gooned out guy who can't do anything but make adult content for people who somehow haven't discovered adult
Dang,
science.
he
This
called
whole
Deshae Frost a level 2 clout chaser?
shtick is bringing on OF girls and turning streams into, it's not creative, it's just low effort gooner bait.
Deshae Frost do corn?
Ah, okay, turn it
That's
off.
crazy.
I'm finna nut. Please. Ah, take it, turn it off, turn it off.
Yo, that's wild.
Buzz me up, man.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna show it. You get the picture, bro. What do I look like?
Yeah, thank you.
Come on. Oh, but I'll give you a little context, okay? The Deshae Frost and that girl are in an Uber. Oh my God, bro. Do you really need that much info?
We
Come
don't.
on, let's just continue the video,
Yeah,
huh?
continue. We
Usually
don't
anyone
need
who
that
makes
much.
this type of content is level 2 and below. Jack Doherty, another one. He's what I call a clout goblin. His whole thing is shock value and desperation. Getting into fake fights or real fights and trying to, manufacture chaos. It's less
No, that's
content and
crazy.
more please don't forget I exist type of content. Then there's the sidekicks for level 2. They exist because of the bigger streamer, not because of their own content. A lot of streamers on level 2 can blow up quickly and fade away
sidekick.
once the big streamer stops
Sidekick.
giving them
You ever seen that
platforms. Some
movie?
elevate and become level 3. Level 3, grind.
Hold up, what's the name of that movie? Hold up, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna find it. Hold up. Dang, what's the name of that movie? With the sidekicks. It's like a Disney movie. I gotta find the name of this movie real quick, chat, because I'm not gonna be able to move on until I know. What's his name? Will Stronghold. What Will Stronghold? That was Sky High, chat. Sky High. I had to. I couldn't leave y'all hanging. Check out Sky High. Superhero movie. It's a little little kids movie, I guess you call it.
This level is where a
Preteen?
lot of gamers and reactions channels are.
The
How far
grinder.
can this mic go? Like this nigga right here.
Grinding.
This nigga, you see these guys right here? These are, your reactors. They're level 3. These are the people who
I'm technically reacting right now, so I'm on my level 3 shit. What are you talking about?
are good enough to stay relevant, but
Level
not good
3
enough
chat.
to really change Twitch or something, streaming. For aspiring streamers, this is the comfort zone. Not too famous to have people stalking or ruining your personal life, whether intentional or not, but also not too unknown to live comfortably. This level is what Twitch is about, or was about. Obviously, the upper levels changed Twitch more recently, but this level is more chill in my opinion. This is like the ideal level I'd like to be at if I ever started streaming. Level 4, the entertainer.
Bro,
If you're
probably
level
higher than that.
4, you're probably averaging in the thousands, maybe 10,000 plus viewers. That puts you well above nearly every
I
other
got
streamer.
1.2
It's
million
rare.
people.
Most streamers
What-
don't even hit
I
100.
wonder where that
People
put me.
here thrive on being characters more than anything, or very skilled at what they do. Whether it's games, music, IRL, politics, they know how to entertain. They get viewers for a reason. That's basically level 4 all the way up to level 7. Take the Poggers lane. Wait, quick history lesson. The Pogger community is just a group of big old school Twitch streamers who blew up off of gaming and built their own little ecosystem, basically white people. And I think Pogger
When he say poggers, chat, does he mean like pogs? I know what a pog is, like the little circle. I don't know any of these people, but I know what a pog is. I used to collect pogs when I was a kid. Pogs were a huge thing. Is that what he's talking about?
is like a Twitch slang for hype or something like that. Guys like
Twitch
Asmongold or
Slang
Mizkif. He's basically the glue that holds his side of Twitch together. He co-founded OTK. If you want controversy and unfiltered opinions, you're
It's
watching
just a group of big streamers who teamed up to make content like a Twitch version of the Avengers for poggers.
Sneeko or Destiny. If you want goon content, you've got DDG, a YouTuber who turned Twitch into another project of his. If you're into women who say nigga freely, you're watching Senna. This tier is also where most of AMP lives. Everyone except Kai, Duke, and Agent. Level 5,
Kai,
the
Duke,
star.
and Agent.
If you're in level 5, congratulations. You're 1 in 10,000. Literally. Level 5 is basically the streaming lottery. Most people never even sniff this tier. There are household names within streaming. These are the streamers averaging
Yes.
15K to 50K plus viewers or concurrent viewers consistently. We're talking the top 0.1 to 0.5% of the, the elite
That's
tier.
a hard-
gaming
that's a
stars.
hard-
These are the household names who built their
hard
careers on
tier to
dominating
reach,
games
chat.
and turning it into mainstream recognition. Okay,
At
so
this
he's
point,
the
they're
new
talking
school
about
phenom. Massive viewership.
million
proving raw
followers.
gaming streams can still create stars in 2025.
This dude's name is K. Sit on me. Okay, sit still.
Then you have OGs like Tim the Tapman, Shroud, maybe Tfue. These are some of the most recognizable names in gaming streams. I'd even add Jinxie.
So really,
because
he's just
on
giving
the political
examples
side,
of people that are in those levels. But like, how do you break out into these levels, chat?
Nabi is the biggest political streamer in the world. He pulls tens of thousands of viewers daily just by talking about news,
I
breaking
think
down
by his
everything.
titles, he
He's
kind of giving you a
controversial and
hint
loved,
at
but
what
who
you
isn't at this
have
level? Then
to
there's the popularity,
do or be
personality-driven
willing to do
archetypes
to
like
get to that
Earage or
next
Bruce
level.
Dropomoff, who's polarizing.
Am I
yes,
wrong?
Hilarious, yes.
Like, if you're
but he
an
has one of the most
NPC,
loyal fan bases
you
in
got to
the
be
game.
willing
You
to
want
do a little
music-driven
bit of clout
streams, you go to a
chasing.
Blackboy Max.
And you got to be
Obviously,
willing
that's
to
not
go
all he does,
to.
but he's one of the few streamers actually trying to get taken serious in the music industry. I put Dante on this list as well. He's one of the best reactor streamers ever, in my opinion. Flight Reacts is the king of NBA reaction content or sports content. He got popular for acting dumb.
Is that the dude that was playing people on
Valkyrie, I
in
don't know
basketball?
much about her. I don't even watch her. And normally that would mean I
Valkyrie.
shouldn't rank her, right? False. I'm a ranker anyway. She's level 5. Then there's Ludwig, who's part of the Pogger community. Ludwig is tricky because he's either level 5 or level 6. Before Kaisenat did his subathons and mafiathons and broke all these records, Ludwig held the Twitch subscription record with the 31-day subathon in 2021. Ludwig, in my
31
opinion,
days
popularized the subathon format and became the biggest streamer in the world at one moment. You know what? Just because of that, he's level 6. Just because of that alone. Which brings us to level 6. Level 6, cultural shift.
Two-star.
This tier is where the most famous streamers ever are. XQC. He started as an Overwatch pro to one of Twitch's most watched and subscribed streamers. He's also popular for needing subtitles on streams every once in a while.
Guys, what the fuck's going on?
You know what I did with some of you guys?
Nigga, you ain't funny.
Is that how he talks for real, or is he just
Maybe you're just boring as
he's just
and
crashing
lame
out?
as hell. Cause only lame niggas say that stuff.
What?
You ain't funny Pokimane. She has been the face of streaming for women for nearly a decade. She's the blueprint. Without Pokimane, half of today's women in streaming wouldn't even have the same lane. She made it
Looking at
normal
who?
to stream, I guess.
The
I don't
icon.
know. Hate it or love it, she's an
US7 is the
icon for
icon.
female streaming. Abai. If you're in the US thinking Abai who, just know he's famous in the Spanish-speaking streaming world. Man's at one point had 9.3 million peak concurrent viewers on Twitch, meaning 9 million viewers were watching him at the same time on one stream. If you still don't know him, you probably seen him in that viral speed meme when they both look at each other at the Ballon d'Or awards ceremony. I think I said it right. Ninja. He took Fortnite from a popular game to
Ninja.
a worldwide obsession. Well, not
Ninja
really
is the
him,
reason
but
I even
obviously
knew
other
about
people, but he was
Fortnite.
like the face
I
of
still
it
didn't
for one
play it,
point.
but-
He streamed with Drake, broke Twitch records, got ESPN covers.
'Cause I
late
felt
night
like
interviews. The whole
once
thing
they
for
do a
just
tournament
streaming, that
and
was
somebody's
not
winning
even
that
heard of.
shit,
Now, he's
you're like
obviously not
late to
pulling
the
those,
game.
insane
So that's why I
numbers
didn't
like he
really
did
get
anymore,
on
but
there.
that doesn't
I
erase
mean,
the
I'm on there
blueprint
now.
he
You
left
saw I was
behind.
playing at
He
level
showed the
0.
world that streaming could cross into the mainstream.
I don't even know how
Level
to
7,
build nothing
Icon.
on there. I play
This is
zero
it,
build.
The final
They
level.
made
Level
zero
7
build
is
for
reserved
niggas
the
like me.
streamers who go beyond numbers. When you hit level 7, you're not competing with other streamers anymore. You're competing with, rappers, athletes, YouTubers, celebrities in the context of fame. I'm talking people who never opened Twitch in their life. They know who you are. There are only 2 streamers I put on Icon. Kai Cenat, he's the face of Twitch,
Cenat.
no doubt. He turned streaming into
I
an
knew
event.
about Kai
Subathons
Cenat
became the
before
biggest
I
event
got
in
on
online
Twitch.
content. When Kai goes live, it's almost like old television. Kai is
Which
the
was
event
May
host of the
26th.
internet. He's the one who took a format that used to be sit and stream for hours and flipped it into
That's the
improv
chick that
TV.
was
He has,
just
of
on
course,
Mexico
got hate
doing
for that.
splits.
Some say he's selling out.
Oh,
Others
this
complain
this
he's making
video must
everything
be recent,
about big
'cause-
stunts instead of just chilling and gaming. Some of his peers accused him of view-botting, like XQC. He gets blamed, analyzed, but that comes with being the biggest name on the platform. Then there's iShowSpeed. At one point, he was the most hated streamer online. Too loud, too reckless, banned on Twitch, constantly in controversy. Example, 2 people left on Earth thing.
Say if we the last 2 people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
No, because that means our kids will have to intertwine and then their kids, no.
Who gonna stop me?
I will.
Who's gonna stop me?
But he transcended all that. He flocked over to YouTube after he got banned, used Ronaldo as a way to get even more popular.
Crazy.
Now he's a global name. Europe, South America, Asia, Africa, it doesn't matter where you go. Kids know who iShowSpeed is. Even adults. I think he even
grew
met
up.
presidents at one point. They flood his chat in languages he doesn't even speak. And part of that is because he's on YouTube. Everyone has YouTube on their phone, which means everyone has access to speak.
And by the way, chat, they say like if you really want to go viral, there's different ways you can go viral. But if you want the fastest way to go viral, you need to make a video that does not contain talking. It doesn't contain talking because the moment you start talking, they group your video into the category of your language. So, i.e., if you're watching this, you're probably on the English section of Twitch. But if you want to go viral, you want everybody to see your video, you got to do one that isn't filtered into a language category. So anybody has to be able to see it, regardless of their language. So
that accessibility took his chaos worldwide. That man has 400 million followers on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. That's over 100 million combined on social media.
Shit, I got 1,000 followers, chat.
That's the pyramid.
That's on Instagram. I've been on
NPCs,
Instagram
all the way
since
to the iShowSpeed. So now it's
yeah,
on you. Tell me,
the day after it was created.
Drop it
For
in the
real.
comments. I'll be reading.
I was on Instagram for a minute.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it,
All right.
just by thinking
We're
about
gonna
it.
stop there with that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Talking about survival, right? So surviving in this game, chat. You gotta be those different tiers. You gotta be the NPC. You gotta do a little bit of clout chasing. You gotta do a little bit of you gotta do the entertaining. You gotta be somewhat of an icon. You gotta do all these just to even get people to come and watch your stuff. But then I think a huge key to some of it as well, now with an extremely saturated market the way it is, and I speak from a person who's actually helping saturate it, you got to support people. You got to. You have to go in to folks' stream and you have to show them some love. You might not always have to talk because some people will be checking the like the views or who's viewing. You know what I'm saying? I still technically don't know how to do that from my own. Like I barely be knowing how to get this shit in mod view. Shout out to B Enter in the chat. But you got to be a little bit of all those tiers if you really want to survive in this game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always be saying. 0 to hero, man, that shit means something. Because you can't just come on and half-ass and expect people to just empty their pockets. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna do that, at least wear a shiesty while you streaming. You want niggas to just come through your stream and empty their pockets? Like, wear a shiesty, bro. Feel me? Other than that, you're gonna have to go through those levels. Or you're going to get stuck in one viewer purgatory. You feel what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, you gotta be all those things. What'd he say? I can't even remember half the shit he said, but I know I'm locked into it. You gotta be a little bit of an NPC. So you gotta figure it out. You gotta come through, you gotta figure it out. You gotta be willing to be consistent. You gotta be willing to make some type of content or at least find your own lane. You can't come in just doing what everybody else is doing and expect it to work. Now, that's a caveat because you can come on and do what everybody else is doing, just do it effectively, and it can work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no rules to this. It ain't no rules. But one thing for sure, you have to show support. As a new streamer, you got to show support. You got to. Because not everybody's just going to support you off the strength that, oh, you went live. You went live, so I'm going to come support you. Not everybody going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be willing to put that work in. Listen, if only, and maybe we'll get to the point where y'all can lock into some of the shit I be doing in life. What's the deal, B? How you feeling? Y'all would know. The grinder, you know what I'm saying? The person that's out here hustling and doing shit. Listen, everything I do, chat. Everything I do, I be locked in. I be locked in. You know what I'm saying? I don't make no complaints. I don't do none of that. I just come and lock in. The main thing I'm looking for is consistency. That's why I say strategic steps, right? For me, step one is, how do I do this? How do I do this, chat? Like, how do I work OBS? How do I get an auto mod? Like, if y'all notice, I don't have no mods. It's a lot of stuff I don't got. Sometimes my alerts don't be working, but that's cool. That's cool with me because I'm still new. I'm still figuring it out. And once I get it figured out, chat, oh, listen. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. But that's what you got to do. I think the first thing is consistency, because consistency is going to beat out all those other things, even if your streaming is trash. Because at the end of the day, just like the video I showed y'all earlier, somebody will support you. Bro, think of how many people I can show you better than I can tell you. Let me show you better than I can tell you. This is going to prove my point. Let me show you. I'm going to show you, chat. I'm going to go to the categories. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. If I can find it. Let me find it. Let me find it, chat. And if I don't find it, I'll say it, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all will know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, here we go, right here. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, bet. Let's show the screen. Let's show the screen, chat. I'm only sleeping. I'm only sleeping, chat. There's 4,000 viewers, 255,000 followers. So when I come on here and say lock in, be consistent, bruh, there's 98 people on probably a very popular page. Got 20,000 people. I'm only sleeping. Some people don't even do this. Look, he, she, them, they, whoever page this is, Strawberry, got it going on. Got the setup. Got people, what is that? People walking through the theater or whatever they doing. Got it set up. Some people, chat, look at this. Straight up sleep, chat. Straight up sleep. Like, if you telling me, I'm not saying you have to be better than any of these people. I'm not saying any of these people are horrible, because these people obviously have built the community to the point where they can keep their stream running and people will sit there and watch. I literally watched somebody for like a good 2 minutes. When I first got on here, I was like, wait, what? Is somebody actually sleeping? Are they actually sleeping? Yes. Folks be actually sleeping, chat. You can't tell me there's people on here just sleeping that you're going to let outwork you. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of these people grind during the day too, so they need their sleep. Like this man right here. This man, Kai Sanat. Chat. This man been streaming for 24 days straight. And be sleeping on the stream. So some, people need stream. They need sleep. But bro, these motherfuckers, I don't know who these people are. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, look. The screen is completely black. They just straight up potentially playing copywritten music. You feel what I'm saying? Sleep. Don't get caught sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Build your community first. Do what you got to do. But we're talking about survival. That's what we're talking about. If y'all wonder, like, yo, what the hell is True talking about? We're talking about survival. We're talking about how do you make it in this game? Because somebody said earlier, they said, I miss the old Twitch. Meaning when you came on here, everybody was averaging 2,000 plus viewers and everybody was just gaming. But then it switched over. Now half the people are doing IRL. Half people are doing material where it's like they just getting popular off of having women in their streams or men in their streams or whoever they got in their streams. It's a whole thing. So they're like, eventually what's happening is going to die down because some of the people who aren't consistent are going to fall off. And who's going to be left? The people who are left, chat, those going to be the ones. Talking about survival. Talking about survival. That's why your boy True, listen. I keep my head down. I keep my head down. I try to do what I got to do. I grind during the day. I try to make sure I'm there for my streams. Even if I miss a stream, I missed a stream earlier today. I had shit to do. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to always talk like it's 1.2 or more million people in the chat. You just got to come through and do your thing. You feel me? That's what you got to do. You just got to come through and do your big one. Because nobody's going to hand it to you. And at the end of the day, you never know when your opportunity or when that time is going to come. Somebody going to pull up on you and they're going to say, listen, you've been grinding. I got an opportunity for you. You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching, chat. That's the message. So y'all keep doing y'all thing. You feel me? Because I'll tell you right now, finding a niche, it's difficult. And no matter what you do, especially as a new streamer, there could potentially be someone saying, oh, you're copying this person. A person you probably never heard of. You're copying this person. You're stealing content. Oh, so-and-so does the same thing, but they do it better. You're going to hear all types of negative shit. You know what I'm saying? But the analogy exists. Have you ever walked down a bread aisle? You see how many different loaves of bread there is? That means there's room for you, my nigga. There's room for you. If you're consistent. You can't have your bread in the bakery one day and then don't have it the next day. Not saying you have to stream every day, but you can't leave several times for months at a time and come back and expect your viewers to be locked in because there's so many commonalities in what people stream that somebody gonna take your spot. You like playing COD? Oh, they like playing COD. You like playing Fortnite? Oh, they like playing Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you find somebody a little more entertaining than you. Chat. Chat. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this real shit. It's the same thing for all different walks of life, but when it comes to this streaming shit, trust me. You gotta stay consistency. You wanna get out of that level 1, whatever you were saying. You don't want to be an NPC. You want to go beyond being a clout chaser. You gotta get out of those levels. You gotta stay away from some of the things that are like, hey, do this, not this. Watching all, they say, hey, you watched all the videos that say the fastest way to grow your Twitch channel. Do this. Start here. Do this if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. Watch the tips. Ain't nothing wrong with getting tips. There's nothing wrong with seeing what people did to become successful or what people did to get that many views. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to be willing to be patient. You got to do it one step at a time. One step at a time, chat. Cause I'm trying to tell you, I wish I still had some of my old videos up when I first started streaming, because I look at some of my old stuff. Chat, I look at some of my old stuff and I be like, yo, I was still proud of myself, but I'm like, man, I definitely came along a little bit. Because not only am I still trying to figure it out now, but I was trying to figure it out then. Yeah, man. This streaming shit not for the weak. You gotta stay true to yourself. You gotta stay true. You gotta stay true.
True.
But, you know, that's really the message. I ain't really got much for y'all. I really wanted to come on here and say that. Hopefully this has been also motivational. If you're struggling with your journey, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back and figuring out, all right, how can I switch my shit up? That's what I do. It'd be little stuff. That's like, all right, how can I change the way I'm operating? Right? Because when you are new, like I said about niches earlier, when you're new, it's hard to find your niche. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with trying different things. So the fuck, what if it's been tried already? So what if somebody else is playing a game? So what if somebody's going IRL? So what if people are doing whatever you're doing? Try some things out and see what feels comfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you, when I was in college and I used to play COD all night, I'm talking Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I used to play that shit all night. And I hadn't played it forever. And then I started streaming and I'm like, yo, I'm looking for things that feel right. Because a lot of things I like to do, like I legit like doing Lego. And I haven't even done that many Lego streams, but I enjoy Lego. That's something I do on my own time. Right? And I feel like people just want to see that. They want to see you doing what you love to do and being authentic doing it. I ain't always got something to talk about, but I can talk. You know what I'm saying? And I believe as someone who can talk, who enjoys talking and chatting with people, this right here, the just chatting category, gets that much easier. And some people, that's where you miss your opportunity, because you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 200 plus people in your chat, and you don't talk to them. I said it to somebody earlier. There's a reason why some of, like, for me, talking about my experience, why some of the female channels are more captivating. Not because they got more bells and whistles and none of that. It's because the engagement. People, like, bro, if you grew up in the era of chat rooms, ASL, right? Asexual location. That was a wild time. This almost feels like a chat room being live sometimes. But when you have people to chat with, when people are talking to you and you communicate with them, you never know. Like, somebody in your chat could just, one, be hilarious. Somebody in your chat could be so informative, right? And if you talk to some of the people, some people who do just chatting could literally make content just by talking to their chat. Some people, I'm sure, do that. But some, they don't take advantage of it. Because you go in there and they're not talking to the chat. People just typing away. Typing away. To no avail. No response. Until they hit you with the... Well, I hope you have a good evening. Exclamation point lurk. Might not even lurk. That might be their way of saying, all right, I'm not talking no more, and close your shit out. Engagement. Engaging with the folks who come in there spending their time on you. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, people ain't going to do it. People going to get to the point where they don't want to support people who are not supporting them. Or they're going to get to the point where they don't want to support people who are not holding their word, right? If you tell your chat, I'm going to do this, and people are giving you biddies, giving you subs with the hope that you do something, and then you don't do it, they lose trust. They lose trust. They don't trust you, because it's already hard to trust people because you supporting and talking to people you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, it means more than others, that support. Because some people don't give a fuck. They're like, yo, I'm on here because I want to stream, and that's that. But some people, it's like, not only does the support mean a lot, but sometimes even that support could be the difference of whether they can pay their bills. You know what I'm saying? So don't mess with people. Don't mess with people who are giving. Because they could, listen, people can give for any reason. People can legit, sorry, why the fuck, my fucking chain is like, people could be giving their last. I don't think some people realize that part. I think some people assume because a person may go on and they may be donating biddies and whatever, and it seemed like, yo, this person got hella bread. They could be giving their last. But you may ask the question, well, why would somebody do that? Why would people do anything? The mind works in mysterious ways. To them, you might legit be the reason why they aren't depressed for a couple hours or 12 or whatever the case is, right? You don't know. Treat people with respect. You feel me? Do what you say you're going to do. Yeah, I know you sent me a message. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? You put up channel points worth 30, 20,000. Yeah, for $20,000 channel points, you could play me in a game. You know how long it take to get 20,000 points on somebody's channel? 20 racks worth of points? And you say, yeah, 20,000, you can play me in a game. You their favorite person, bro. Sis, whoever. They redeem their 20,000 points and you ignore it. You don't play them in the game. You don't refund them their points and nothing. Oh, my bad. I missed that. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I tell you, I'm trying to get better with that because I'm like, yo, I know the shit be coming through, but sometimes I don't be knowing how to get through it. And I'm going to figure it out eventually. I'm going to figure it out. But when people are doing that stuff, you got to put some respect on it. You got to put some respect on their name. Because that's time that people are giving you. That ain't just channel points. Like I said, channel points, yeah, they may not have any actual monetary value, but listen, channel points are people's time. That's why I tell people all the time, like, I would rather give money than to use channel points sometimes. Because if I want to use channel points, I really want to use channel points on what I want to use it for. Because money comes and goes, but your time doesn't. Your time just goes, right? You're given time, but your time just goes. So why would I want to just blow all my channel points after I done watched you for a whole month or more, depending on how often you stream or how long you stream? I've been watching you for months to get those points. And then I finally say, I'm going to redeem these points just so I can play a game with you. And you don't do that shit. You don't do that shit. Man. That's a slap to the fucking face. You feel me, chat? Anyway. That had a little bit of motivation in it. It had a little bit of, just rambling. It had a little bit of all of it. But the message stands. You got to grind it out. You got to be one of them. Because this shit ain't going to be handed to you. And if you got people who are handing it to you, treat them with respect. You know what I'm saying? Love on your support system. Because they're going to be the ones, if you care about it, they're going to be the ones that's helping you. They're going to be the ones pushing you through. Because if you make it big and you got a supporter who's been supporting you from day one and you just like, yo, we seen that before. Don't let you be the one that does that, chat. You don't be the one that makes it and forgets about the people who started supporting you at the beginning. But one last thing. Don't you for a second think either that because somebody got a first badge, that they really support you. You feel what I'm saying? This the real shit right here. You got a first badge? Bruh. Don't think people stupid. Especially don't think True. Oh, True will revoke a first badge real quick. Don't think I don't know. Like, yeah, you supported my channel. You gave me the sub. Yes. But I also know you gave me the sub aimlessly because I never seen you before. You came in here. You knew I was new. You gave me the sub. Yes, you supported, but you just used it to grab that badge. You're collecting first badges is what you're doing. So that way one day somebody will make it and you can motherfucking clout chase. You can come through with your first badge and say, look, I supported you from the beginning. But you ain't never been back to that person's stream after that. You said, oh, this is someone newly affiliated. Let me go ahead and grab that first badge. And they ain't never been back. Ain't never been back. You grab the first badge, ain't never been back. Don't think we won't see you. Because on the real, I've supported people in that manner. Like, oh, bet they just got affiliated. Here go a sub. I got the first badge. And in some situations, I haven't even seen you go live again. So I can't go back. And some people, I don't even remember who they are. So I probably got a first badge on some people's pages and ain't been back. And they probably saying the same shit about me. They probably like, yo, this nigga done got one of the first badges on my shit. That's how this shit be though. Shout out to WAP in the building. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta put in that work. You gotta put in that work. But listen, at the same time, don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody use you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people will do it. And when you're on the internet, you're putting a little bit of trust into people. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I support people and I donate to people. That's because I want to. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I even joke like, yo, give me all your subs, give me all your biddies. But at the end of the day, I just, in my heart of hearts, feel like, yo, I'm going to get it regardless because I have the work ethic to put the grind in. I'm going to put the grind in. There's no doubt about that. Nobody can stop me from doing that. That's just in me. You know what I'm saying? That's just in me. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't, you know, that's just in me. Because at the end of the day, consistency gonna always speak for itself. That's why I tell people like, yo, I mentioned it before. I said, yo, I got hella sounds on my soundboard. Now, the sounds I put on as channel points, as I mentioned earlier, channel points to me mean a lot because it's people time. They don't have a monetary value, but the people are spending their time to get the damn points. But to get added to the soundboard is 50,000 points. But I told you it's going to be different because November 15th, chat, El Gato Marketplace, the place I use to get my sounds and music and all that from, this shit is shutting all this down. All these sounds, all these things I use is getting shut down. I'm going to have to create some more sounds, which means that it's about to be a refresh going on my shit. A refresh. All these sounds, I got folders A through Z on my Stream Deck of people when I first came that was coming through showing love, and it could have been just once. I was just so excited to see people in my chat. I was putting everybody's name on my shit. Everybody's name on my shit, bro. But it's all going to have to go from scratch. I'm going to have to start it all over. Some people ain't going to have to pay the 50 racks. They're going to get back on there. But some people never even going to know their shit existed. They ain't never even come through to hear the sound. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be. That's how it be, because it's been, I've been on a few channels lately and seen people literally on their channel say, you know what? I'm only going to support people who support me. I'm only going to even lurk on people's pages who come support me. The shit is real, especially when you at this level. You know what I'm saying? If you making it big time and you got, let's say 1,000. You got 1,000 people constantly coming through. Your chat running off the hook. It's, you know, I understand. It's not easy to try to keep up with that type of traffic all the time. Even now, I follow so many people, bro. I be feeling bad when I find out somebody went live and I'm like, dang, somebody went live, and I go to their live and they've been streaming for 5, 6, 7 hours. And I'm like, bro, I never even seen this person was streaming. For the people I really be fucking with, that be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that like you was going through trying to see who live and you end up watching somebody you may only seen 1 or 2 times and you've been chilling on their stream for 3, 4 hours. Not saying you can't support people, but to do that and knowing like your mans or your girl was going live and you wanted to support them, but ain't no. Listen. But we're gonna make it out of this, what they call level 1, the NPC. I'm not a non-playable character, chat. I tell people all the time, I say, yo, it's still a lot y'all gonna learn about True. About the things that I know, about the things that I do and how I live my life and all kinds of, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. I do a lot. Chat. How are y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Your boy been rambling, chat. Your boy been rambling. Just chatting. They need to create a new category for me. Just rambling. Your boy rambling. Your boy is rambling. You know what I'm saying? But it's real shit though. It's all real shit. That is real shit. Hold on, let me try something real quick. I need to figure out how to, all right, bet. Let me see. Because I need to figure out how to use, I'm going to still figure out how to use some of these features. I'm not joking. I'm going to figure out how to use some of these features. Because I know I can get a lot more bang for my buck out of some of this shit. I need to figure out how to use some of these features. Like, no bull. I need to figure out, one of these days I'm going to get a mod. Oh, yeah. Okay. So here's a little different view. Okay. W to y'all, man. Shout out to all y'all who stay just supporting people in general. Not just me, who just show support. Shout out to people who be giving their hard-earned money and be giving the biddies and all that stuff, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Cause it's some real stuff, man. It's some real stuff. Cause I know this ain't easy. This game ain't easy, chat. But I appreciate y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more. You feel me? I will give y'all a little bit of outro just so y'all can still catch a vibe, but we ain't gonna raid out. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all.